These are the 11 AI tools that could replace entire teams in 2026. Number 11, Thunderbit. Most people don't realize how much modern work is still manual copy-paste. Research assistants scrape websites, clean spreadsheets, and fix formatting errors every day. Thunderbit targets exactly that layer. Instead of writing code or setting up scrapers, users simply describe what they want in plain language. The system turns messy web pages into structured data automatically. That matters because accuracy is where humans quietly lose. Studies on automated data capture show accuracy rates between 99.959% and 99.99%. Just a few errors per 10,000 entries. Human data entry usually lands closer to 96% to 99%, which can mean hundreds of errors at the same scale. At enterprise volume, those errors compound fast. This is why data entry teams are often the first to disappear. Number 10, Power Automate. Inside large organizations, a surprising amount of work is still about moving information between systems. Approvals get passed around, reports are compiled manually, notifications are triggered late, databases are synced by hand. Entire operations teams exist just to keep these processes from breaking. Power Automate is designed to automate that connective tissue inside the Microsoft ecosystem. It links apps, data sources, and departments, so routine workflows run automatically instead of being managed person by person. This is already happening at scale. US acute care solutions use Power Automate to process 20 million medical records across more than 200 locations, saving over 100,000 hours of work every year. Research cited by McKinsey shows that automating 50 to 75% of operational tasks can reduce costs by 20 to 35% while cutting processing time by 50 to 60%. When workflows run continuously on their own, large operations teams naturally become smaller. Number 9, 11 Labs Voice used to be one of the hardest parts of production to scale. It meant booking studios, coordinating voice actors, managing retakes, and repeating the entire process for every new language or region. Tools like 11 Labs remove most of that friction by generating natural-sounding voices in multiple languages almost instantly. The AI voice market is projected to grow from around $4 billion in 2025 to more than $20 billion by 2031, with annual growth above 30%. Media companies, game studios, education platforms, and global brands increasingly need fast, consistent voice output across regions. When narration, dubbing, and localization can be handled on demand by software, large voice and localization teams quietly shrink. Number 9, 11 Labs Voice used to be one of the hardest parts of production to scale. It meant booking studios, coordinating voice actors, managing retakes, and repeating the entire process for every new language or region. Tools like 11 Labs remove most of that friction by generating natural-sounding voices in multiple languages almost instantly. The AI voice market is projected to grow from around $4 billion in 2025 to more than $20 billion by 2031, with annual growth above 30%. Media companies, game studios, education platforms, and global brands increasingly need fast, consistent voice output across regions, where narration, dubbing, and localization can be handled on demand by software. Large voice and localization teams quietly shrink. Number 7, Paradox hiring looks human on the surface, but most of it is logistics. Screening resumes, scheduling interviews, sending reminders, and answering the same candidate questions repeatedly. Paradox automates that entire layer through conversational AI. Chipotle publicly reported using Paradox to cut hiring time by 75%, reducing time to hire from 12 days to just 4 days. The recruitment chatbot market was valued at $2.03 billion in 2025 and is projected to reach $5.41 billion by 2030, growing at over 21% annually. When coordination disappears, large recruiting teams shrink. Number 6, Intercom AI customer support is another area where most work isn't complex, it's repetitive. Onboarding questions, password resets, billing issues, and basic troubleshooting dominate support queues. Intercom AI is designed to handle that entire first layer without human agents. Intercom's research shows 60% of support leaders expect AI to reduce support costs over the next 5 years, and 58% have already seen improvements in customer satisfaction. Industry-wide AI is expected to be involved in 95% of customer interactions, with modern Chatbots capable of resolving around 80% of routine inquiries at 90 to 96% accuracy. This doesn't eliminate support teams overnight, but it radically changes how many people are needed. Number 5, Canva AI design used to be gated by software skills and time. Canva AI removes much of that friction by generating presentations, social graphics, videos, and branded assets from templates and prompts. By 2025, Canva reported 260 million monthly users, $3.5 billion in annual revenue, and adoption by 95% of Fortune 500 companies. That level of penetration doesn't happen without changing how work gets done. This doesn't replace high-end creative direction, but it does reduce the need for large production teams handling everyday visuals. When non-designers can create usable assets in minutes, demand for junior design roles drops quickly. Number 4, Midjourney concept art used to take time, sketches, mood boards, revisions, and internal reviews. Midjourney compresses that entire ideation phase into minutes. It's now one of the most dominant tools in AI image generation, controlling roughly 26.8% of the market. That dominance matters because concept work shapes everything that follows: marketing campaigns, product design, films, and games. Midjourney doesn't finalize products. It accelerates decisions. Teams can explore dozens of visual directions instantly instead of waiting weeks. As a result, the traditional concept phase becomes smaller, faster, and far less people. Number 3, Cursor software teams already spend more time thinking about code than writing it. Cursor changes what happens in between. It works directly inside the development environment, handling code generation, refactoring, debugging, and explanations in real time. According to an Opsera survey, developers using Cursor save 20 to 25% of their time on everyday tasks, like debugging and refactoring. On complex projects, development cycles are 30 to 50% shorter with 40% fewer context switches. When one developer can do more without bouncing between tools, the need for large junior-heavy teams starts to fade. Number 2, 11x sales development is mostly repetition. Prospecting, outreach, follow-ups, booking meetings, and qualifying leads. 11x automates that entire layer with AI sales agents. According to data cited from Cold Reach, companies using 11x saw 30% more meetings per sales rep, 80% higher conversion from meetings to qualified pipeline, and 50% lower cost per lead. The service also reports generating over $100 million in revenue with inbound calls answered in under 20 seconds. When prospecting and follow-ups run autonomously, outbound sales teams no longer scale linearly with growth. Number 1, Overseer OS. Overseer OS is built around a problem most creators underestimate. It's not about filming or editing. It's about understanding why certain videos work and others don't. At scale, that work becomes slow and fragmented. People jump between YouTube Studio, spreadsheets, notes, and screenshots trying to reverse engineer competitors from memory. This system automates that analysis layer. It breaks down entire channels rather than isolated videos, looking at patterns across titles, hooks, pacing, tone, topic framing, and performance over time. Instead of asking, why did one video pop? It focuses on what repeats across multiple uploads and multiple creators in the same niche. It also tracks competitors continuously, making it possible to spot format shifts, topic changes, and structural patterns as they emerge. In practice, this replaces hours of manual monitoring and guesswork with structured comparison. Scale is the underlying reason tools like this exist. YouTube reported over 2.5 billion monthly active users in 2024 and operates in more than 100 countries. At that size, no individual or small team can realistically keep up with the volume of content being published every day. What changes here isn't creativity, it's the workload around analysis. When pattern recognition, competitive tracking, and structure breakdowns are automated, research stops being a bottleneck and becomes infrastructure. If you made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments. We've also left a link in the description if you want to take a closer look at Overseer OS. If this was useful, check out the recommended video on your screen.